Out of every game I've played on this channel so far, Doom Eternal was easily one of the hardest, most overwhelming games I think I have ever played. Now, I'm not sure if it's because of the challenge I decided to place upon myself, or because I'm just terrible at the game, but for some reason, this game felt like a chore and it was much harder than I expected it to be. I've never played the first Doom game, so maybe my lack of experience is the reason why I did so poorly in this one. This might just be me making excuses as to why I suck at video games, but let me put that aside for a second and explain to you what I mean by a gun game challenge. The rules are actually quite simple. I must swap my weapon every time I kill a demon with my gun. I cannot kill two demons on purpose with the same gun. There are no glory kills and no grenade kills. Just pure toolies and glizzies in my arsenal. I am able to kill multiple demons at once with the same gun as long as it came from one bullet or explosive. For example, as you can see here, I clearly kill multiple demons with just one shot, so I then quickly switch to my next weapon. Is this challenge smart to do in Doom? Well, not really, but do I care? No, because I'm already way too far gone into insanity to understand what's right from wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, will I be able to beat Doom Eternal while playing gun game? Well, let's find out. So right off the bat, I was faced with quite a problem. I had no choice but to kill the three men in this room with my shotgun. I tried to shoot one and then melee the second and then shoot the third one, but it just wasn't working out. I even tried to back up and shoot from afar to maybe trigger some sort of a glory kill, but that didn't work either. However, after getting past this room, the challenge begins. Since my only gun at this moment is the combat shotgun, I needed to figure out how to kill these demons in multiple different ways. So until I got to the heavy cannon, I decided for now that I will cycle through a glory kill, a regular shotgun blast, an explosive shot, and my chainsaw. Eventually though, down the line, the chainsaw will only be used when I desperately need ammo or health. Surprisingly, I made it past these demons with no issue and came across the first Hell Priest. These Hell Priests are responsible for the invasion of Earth, so it was time I showed them what we are made of. I easily grabbed his skinny neck using my 10 pounds of meat I call my hand and yoinked his head straight off of his body. I fixed the little Burger King crown he had on and took his head with me as a reward. I stepped outside and realized I wasn't too late since Earth seemed pretty normal at the moment. I found this cute little Happy Meal toy and then proceeded to slice this poor guy's colon in half. For his friend right next to him, I sort of just blew the top half of his body completely off of him. After this, a nice little ambush ensued. A couple of highlights of this battle include a classic New Yorker curb stomp, the good old arm breaker / chest pierce, and my personal favorite, the chin to the lung head bash. With all these demons out the way, I finally made it to the heavy cannon. Now that I have both a shotgun and an assault rifle, gun game can finally begin. Glory kills are now completely illegal in this challenge, unless of course you have to do it to progress through the game. As you can see already, my switching skills are on point. I dare any of you to try and beat me at gun game. I came across an upgrade station and decided to go with this upgrade since I am also a sniper connoisseur. The game then decided to give me a completely useless item. It's the grenade launcher that is strapped to my trapezius muscle. To be fair, I don't remember when's the last time I played gun game, but I'm pretty sure it did not include flashbangs or grenades, so I won't be using them either. I dug my fingers into the concrete of this wall, only to heroically miss my jump and fall to my death. Doom Eternal is an interesting game. The developers found a way to somehow always overwhelm me with the sheer amount of enemies on my screen. Add this with the soundtrack that makes me want to bang my head up and down, nearly giving me whiplash, and you've got yourself some nice, tender gameplay. Since I zone out a lot because of the sheer amount of concentration I have to put into this challenge, I really just forget about everything. It's only when I die in this game that I'm able to slap back into reality and realize that I'm either starving or way past my bedtime. Anyways, I made it to the almighty, all unholy, unspoken council of demonic virgins. I threw them the only head they'll ever get and was ready to slay them until they got teleported away by the con maker. If she really thinks she can save those last two priests from getting killed, then she's clearly delusional. I am a 6', 8" man that has 360 pounds of pure, raw, meaty muscle packed in every inch of my body. She clearly picked the wrong man to fight with. In order to locate the second priest, I first have to go to Exultia and grab a new locator since mine wasn't capable of finding him. I pushed this ball down, which activated the portal and went on ahead. As soon as I stepped out the portal, I was greeted with an amazing piece of scenery. I'd be lying if I said this game wasn't pretty. The Doomslayer is supposed to be 6'8", but honestly, I thought he was just a really short buff guy with anger issues. I ended up coming across the part I needed and entered a huge portal that led me to my next weapon, the plasma rifle. Slowly but surely, I'm gathering all the weapons I need in order to make sure I have the proper arsenal for clapping demon cheeks. I had to figure out how to get this hand to destroy this wall, and like I've said before, I'm not the brightest camper in the group. I think I ran around the whole map trying to figure out what to do and how to activate this hand like 10 times. I must have missed this very obvious blue glowing hole on Iron Man's arm that I could insert this energy thingy right inside of. This activated his repulsors and he shot the wall open. I then opened the 3 doors to your mom's house and started to lay down some smoke on everyone inside. As you can see here, I ran out of ammo before I was able to kill this meatball, so what I did was use my chainsaw to get the ammo back and complete the kill. I cannot change weapons until I complete the kill with the gun that I am on. I inserted another energy canister into this cool sword and rolled this demon's intestines like it was a slide. I then inserted another energy canister into a big gun that blew open the abdominals of this big guy. Judging by the look of agony on his face, I can confidently say he is dead. I tested my sniping skills on a target that stayed still and finally got to leave this mission. I inserted the part I needed into my celestial locator and immediately found out the location of the next priest. It was time to pay him a visit. It was a little chilly up in the northern parts of Earth. I didn't really expect there to be this much ice and snow everywhere. But goddamn, just take a look at that. Beautiful. Now I'm not sure how demanding Doom is, maybe my parts are just getting old, but I was struggling a little to record this at 1080p at medium settings, and I'm rocking a nice cute 1080 Ti. Maybe it was time to upgrade to a much more valuable piece of hardware. Hit that like button and subscribe to my channel in order to help me eventually switch out the parts in this damn computer and prevent it from blowing up. In this mission, I came across this chunky man baby with cannons as hands, and I took care of him pretty easily. However, once 2 of them showed up at the same time, they caused me to become extinct. I died to those 2 overweight pairs of tits more than once. This is mostly due to the fact that just 2 of these guys take up the entirety of the hallway, so there is really not much I can do. Thankfully though, the mission provided me with a nice rocket launcher. Not to say that this rocket launcher puts in a lot of damage on these large men is an understatement. The damage I do, well, you can pretty much see for yourself how deadly it is. This rocket launcher was a real game changer. Ignore the fact that I died after saying that. I came across a snake with arms, and well, they definitely love to absorb bullets. Now let me show you what real concentration looks like. This little area right here got me stressed. So stressed in fact that I pissed my pants and didn't even notice until I finished this area. I made it to a revenant and took control of him in order to get my super shotgun. Now I realized that all I really have for weapons are a rocket barrage and twin rockets. I literally had to run around and wait for my rocket barrage to charge up in order to use it because I would alternate between my twin rockets and the barrage. As you can imagine, this took a while. After receiving my super shotgun from the revenant, I decided he deserves a reward. I gave him the honor to tell me what the inside of the barrel of this gun looks like, and I accidentally purposely pulled the trigger and turned him into a red mist. After this, I made my way onto the train. I think it's the 1 train, or maybe the 2, could even be the 3 or the 4. I'm not too sure, but either way, it was headed towards the Doom Hunter base. Just like in real life, this train was packed with a bunch of weirdos. I took care of them though, since this time I had a duffel bag filled with weapons on the train. After this, I met Pinky. He kinda reminded me of that pink fish from the Salty Spittoon episode of SpongeBob. Not only did this room introduce me to Pinky, but it also introduced me to a whole new difficulty spike, since it took about an hour just to get past this part. The Hell Priest told me that he created an opponent worthy of my strength. Well, this is who he was talking about. Not gonna lie, my pecker went soft when seeing how powerful this handicapped demon was, but looks can be deceiving, and in this case, it wasn't. I died a lot, and this was mostly because I couldn't use whatever gun I wanted and just unload on this bastard. You see, in order to damage his shield, I needed to get all the way to the plasma rifle. So I killed the enemies around him in order to cycle through my guns, and once his shields were down, I had to quickly kill and cycle through my weapons again until I got to the rocket launcher, since it did the most damage to his body. Eventually though, after a lot of restarts, I was able to successfully divide his head in two and keep on going to the next part. Now I'm going to keep the next part short, but let me just explain to you the feelings that went through my mind. I need you guys to understand that that boss took a really long time to do, so when I killed it and was immediately greeted by two of the same homunculi, I laughed. I laughed because I was in pain. I laughed because I was in shock at what ID Software was capable of. I had to call my friend and tell him how much BS this truly was. To make a long story short, I somehow managed to get through this with the dumb gun game challenge I had in place and made it to the second Hell Priest. He was begging for his life, but he's the reason that boss was even a thing, so I cut his head off and tossed the blue token onto his chest so he could spend it on whatever he wants in the afterlife. With two of the priests now dead, the con maker paid me a visit and told me she hid the last priest in a super secret covert location. Since the whereabouts of the third priest were now unknown, I grabbed my ballista and went to Earth since apparently there was a super gore nest that needed to be destroyed. Here on Earth, things were different. There were a lot of tentacles coming out of the sky. It felt like I was in someone's weird tentacle hentai porn wet dream. This was my city, and it's over here getting ruined by the fantasies of people who have body pillows. Well, I wasn't going to stand here and do nothing. I gave my girlfriend a kiss, then cheated on her in order to show these demons who they're messing with. I put my money into stocks and lost it all in a matter of minutes just to show these demons that I ain't playing games. Look, I don't think you guys understand. I fill my car up with fuel at a gas station while my engine is running. That's how crazy I am. After meeting a new enemy who annoyed the absolute crap out of me, I unlocked the chain gun and found the heart of the nest. I went ahead and restored power to one of the terminals and was headed to the other terminal until my game froze. This was probably because my poor computer, my lover, my baby, was getting molested by the sheer amount of stuff in this level. Honestly, I had no idea what to do. I feel like YouTube will be the death of this computer. So if you guys can, just please leave your condolences to my dying computer in the comment section below. After giving my computer some time to rest, I gave power to the other terminal and was able to destroy the heart. I was making my way out and got my cheeks absolutely taken by this demon that came out of nowhere. With the nest now completely and utterly blown to pieces, my bootleg version of Jarvis told me that I need to locate a being known as Dr. Hayden. He can apparently help me figure out where the last priest is. So you best believe I'ma go pay him a visit in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video so I can blow up and act like I don't know nobody. Comment down below any challenges you'd like to see me do on any game, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.